Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Sideshow Collectibles Thursday. What's new? Episode 1, joined by myself, Cash the Gemini, and Buck Fangs, aka Studies All Artist #1. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Not too much, honestly, for a Thursday. I kind of realized something that happens every Thursday. Whether there's like one or two releases or a couple art prints, premium formats, maybe something from PCS Collectibles. I always check. I always see myself checking, or with the Secret Sanctuary, you'll see Jeff Delaney. Basically posting something, saying, hey, something new has come out, guys, check it out. So I kind of figured, hey, why not start this up every Thursday if possible. Quick 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, depending on how much has been released, and kind of just share our thoughts essentially. So this week, nothing too heavy or not, but just to show you guys, for the new people who maybe never know where you could go, all you do is go to Sideshow Collectibles, click on their website. You can click on one or two things. You can either click on what's new up here, or you can click on the art prints tabs. I normally go to what's new just to see, pretty much basically what's new. Um, as we wait for the dial-up speed internet. Nah. But this part right here will say coming soon. And obviously you have American Psycho, you have the Probe Droid, and you have the Fulgore. But they haven't actually released anything new that we haven't seen. But just real quickly, Buck, I got to ask you about American Psycho. Does this statue, or even the company PCS in their 1/4 scales, does it even interest you at all? They're not showing the picture here, just basically saying coming soon. But do they horror stuff even interest you at all?
Man, I wouldn't consider American Psycho even horror.
It's like
Uh,
psychological thriller, I guess. Suspense. I don't think it's horror personally, but
it's not even a suspense. The genre it's like you're just in a crazy dude's mind
yeah.
and you're watching him break down.
It's almost like the movie Split. Well, not really, but like
I, the only time when you get any kind of like, you know, action or like when like you have the pace being ratcheted up is at the end when he's going
yeah,
and he's going on a spree.
yeah,
But otherwise, like for most of the movie, it's pretty calm and measured. Just watching this character break down
yeah,
into like his, you know, seeing how crazy it is. Kind of like a character piece.
yeah. Pretty much. I think if you like the movie, it's something to pick up. I didn't think the likeness was spot on 110%. But for those of you guys who are interested, all you have to do is go here. See, I'm already on the list, and just basically just click it. It'll
Mhm.
set you up on the list to basically get there. But the second tab that I was showing you guys, and I'll just going over this, the episode 1 and episode 2 will be more seamless. You go to art prints, right? Click on art prints. It's gonna take you to the page that says ready to ship. You're gonna see all the nice art prints. Shout out Alex Ross for that Spider-Man print and the Secret Wars. And then you'll also see new releases, right? So before we get to the coming soon part, which is the one that comes every Thursday, I gotta ask you, Buck, about Frank Frazetta. This is the one that sticks out to me. Is his Werewolf and Dracula? I'm a huge horror fan, and for some reason, this just sticks out to me. Like, what's your thoughts on this price point, as well as Frank Frazetta himself as an artist?
Frank Frazetta is probably one of the foremost, artists from like the last few decades, right? He made his mark on fantasy, um, and like sci-fi. He did a lot of paintings for like book covers and other stuff like that. Those artists from that era.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't know their names, but when I was younger, I would pick up novels and I would see their work, and I just go, "Wow, this looks awesome." You get those small like novels, and you see like their beautiful artwork on the covers, and it really puts you into perspective, like of like the characters, and they always had a way of like showing the human form in like just looking super powerful. there's always the habit of not like having much in terms of clothing, and
Yeah.
you can just see all the muscles and like the muscle groups like painted really nicely with the oil
Dude,
paints.
I love this art. Like something about it just stands out to me. Um, like you were saying, just you can see it's an old school style of art, but I really love everything I see on the Wolf on Dracula. It's only 150 limited edition, comes out between December and February, and I generally really like it. And just real quickly here, if you click on the artist's name, Frank Frazetta, you'll see up here, and they'll show a little bit more of the work. Now, the one that also stands out to me, if you scroll all the way down, is a single portrait of Dracula. Now the black frame is sold out, which I hate that I missed. But nevertheless, you can still get the unframed for 20% off. Is this just Frank's style in terms of, like you said, like that old school type of art? Because like if you look at the background, you see all the ghouls and the bats all in there. And to me, it looks something. This speaks horror. It speaks a horror print to me.
Yeah. You know, you're getting like a lot of like light washes and slowly building up like the color variation on top of itself, like with nice gradients, and you're using really thin like layers of paint to
Yeah.
build up the image. That's why you look at the bat and you can see through its wings and most of its
Mm,
body, and stuff like that. You notice a lot of stuff like that in his painting.
yeah.
Maybe it starts really detailed. There's a focal point on a figure or a character, and the rest just kind of like fades into the background of the painting. And I'm pretty sure that is referred to. At least I've heard my one of my teachers at school refer to that as lost and found edges. Um, it's a cool technique, and it's really beautiful when it's done properly.
Yeah.
It just
Amazing.
it's very good for drawing your focus to the points of interest, and like having some mystery but still some indication like of at least the silhouette of the figure, and you have this nice gradient working in the form, but and within that form, there's not much describing what is in there
Yeah.
until you get to the focal point of the character.
Yeah, this is an amazing artist. I'm just recently being turned on to him. I've always heard people mention him with like Conan and that type of stuff, but it looks really good. But now to the meat and potatoes of this week's episode. Man, when I first saw this, number one, this is the three ones, and we'll go through them one by one. This is all that they had for this week. The Black Panther as well as the Dragon Breath, those were actually shown last Thursday, so they just haven't been went up for PL yet. But I gotta go to your guy, so I'll let you take it away with the Superman. I know this is your guy. I love his Sinister Six. I don't know too much about his other work, but we got Totino. Is that right?
Yeah, Julian Totino Tedesco.
Amazing artwork, man. It's crazy.
I'm fairly certain he's Italian.
Yeah. What draws you to his art? Because like you had seen me making the thumbnail, like you knew who it was immediately.
Yeah.
And I only know that from Alex Ross, Jim Lee. I know it from obviously Victor Garduno. I know it from Felipe, as well as Derek Chu. That's about it for me.
You see, his art is so well done because you kind of get this feeling like it's done traditionally, but it's like it's freaking digital.
Oh,
It's
really?
yeah.
Wow.
And it's not to say that he can't paint like traditionally, but a lot of his current work is digital. I think what happens though is he starts from a pencil sketch actually on paper, and then once he's done with that, to do the coloring, he scans it and he does that digitally. And you kind of see like the pencil strokes in some of this, and
Yeah.
some of his work sometimes. And but what I just like about his work is the texture, the coloring,
Yeah.
the form. You know, you get like simple shapes, but like they're very elegant,
Yeah.
and they're describing like it's not all about showing Superman's muscles everywhere. um, it's just in the parts that matter. You see, he has some of that going on in his legs, right? But
Exactly. Yeah.
the rest of his body, not so much. But then you can see his hands, and there's a lot of detail in there where he's holding Lois.
Yeah.
The fold work on his cape, that's beautiful. And then the whole composition with the clouds, everything pointing
Yeah.
towards the Daily Planet logo on the side.
Even the jawline on Superman and the details
Hmm.
on like Lois's like ankle area, like you can see, everything's very refined. Her hair, everything.
Yeah, he is definitely one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
Making like cover art right now. I know he's done some interior work before for Marvel.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if he's done any for DC, but for Marvel he did Uncanny X Force with Rick Remender, some of that. And he also did, there was the Marvel 1000 anniversary or something like that.
Okay.
He did like an interior story for Spider-Man in there. That was pretty good as well.
Nice.
I, I love his work, and
Yeah, man.
anytime he does any like art, I'm always trying to get it. There was like a chance to get a private commission done by him like a few days ago, and the minute that I got the email, I responded, and I was 13th in line,
Yeah.
and I wasn't even fast enough, and I responded within 5 minutes of getting the email.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
that speaks about your work, man. For anybody interested in this, again, if you guys are new, this is what I was talking about previously. You just go to the RSVP now, just click on it. It puts you on the list. Once it goes up for order, whether it's the print or the frame print, you can go ahead and knock it out and be able to get that and bring it home to your collection. Next up, we have damn it, how did I not know Felipe? How did I not know that? We got Boba Fett, the Gunslinger fine art print by Felipe. Amazing artist, Felipe. Now for me, I love his the work that he does. I have his Daredevil and Spider Man. I think there's another print by him. Let me actually check real quick here. Yeah, I have his X-Men #1 coming. Uh, by Felipe. I did miss out on Trial of Magneto as well as Children of the Atoms, but he does amazing work, and I love his work. It's very detailed. The colors are very rich, and I just think everything that he does is like it speaks art to me, and it gives me everything I want in the art print. I don't feel like any details are lacking. And he's for me, he's in my top five for sure. For sure. And he's very nice. I've actually spoke to him a few times. He actually was going to come on the channel, but there's a language barrier. So I was trying to see how I could make that happen. Maybe get Dennis Perez on here or something, like translate or something. But he's an amazing artist, and I personally love his work. What do you think about his work, whether it's this
Yeah,
print or any other work?
I think he's very talented. He, sometimes it's hard to tell just by looking what kind of paint someone uses, but there's certain like techniques that like carry over depending on the school of paint, like just the kind of paint you use, because maybe the paint
Is this
is
pastel?
no,
No.
this looks like it's acrylics. Um, I think this would be acrylics. I can't say 100%, but maybe a mixture of acrylic and gouache paint, but probably mostly acrylics, just because there's certain cues I'm getting from this and the
Yeah.
way like he's chosen to paint. And again, I might be wrong, and it might turn out being like oil paints, but generally speaking, oil doesn't seem to like use palettes like this. Like
Yeah.
in terms of the colors used, I think this looks good. This
Yeah.
this is a good looking image. It's one of those guys I've never like really looked into it in depth, but whenever I see his work, I appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, I think if you're a Star Wars fan or even just a Boba Fett in general fan, I think this is a nice, solo character print to pick up. But I'm not gonna lie, the meat and the potatoes of the show, The one I was waiting for, man. I the one I was waiting for. Let's go right on to it, man. Without further ado, Mark Brooks, Black Cat. I really want the statue from XM Studios eventually. This print here is it's a lot going on. Um, it's kind of almost like how John Kay did the Zatanna print. Like the circus one where it was more like a ad type, I guess you could say. I kind of feel like this is kind of similar in a sense. Um, but what do you think about Mark Brooks and also this print? Like, because Black Cat is a character you like, right?
She is, you know. Mark Brooks has his like strengths. He's like pretty good at drawing like the human form,
Yeah,
but there's something about the palettes he uses. They all shift towards like red and like it's like when you first see it, it's like that's appealing. But
yeah, yeah.
over time, I feel like I'm not too crazy about it. I think he uses color pencils to do his work.
Is this
Some
supposed to
kind
be
of,
Spider Man's webbing all around?
I think partially. Some of it is her hair, and the stuff that's framing and
Yeah.
bordering the edges look like Spider-Man's web,
Okay.
but her hair is flowing around her a lot. And
Right.
as far as that goes, I'm not too impressed by it. The things I like about this, the fold work in her, like the folds in her suit, those creases, the
Yeah.
portrait is beautiful. Um, the fabric that's across her leg, that looks good as well. Um, the graphic elements to the image to make it look like a poster. It's a bit so for me. I'm not too crazy about that. But otherwise, I actually tend to like the way he draws his females as well. They are very good.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like it just depends the composition and the piece. There's some pieces I like from him that I think that's really awesome, and some just like that's well done. It's not for me.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like everything you said was kind of what I was thinking in terms of like when I first looked at it. When I was like, "Yo, Buck, you want to hop on here?" I was like, "Oh crap!" But then when I actually like looked at it more, I'm like, "Is this his webbing?" Like I kind of started felt like I started nitpicking at things more than versus what I did with the Boba Fett or the Superman. Um, I definitely think the portrait is nice. I like her hair, but I do feel like it kind of gets lost in the webbing background, is what I feel. And the red does draw you more to the webbing around the red versus the actual character herself. I feel like she almost gets lost in it, even though she's right there, if that makes sense. This
Mhm.
would be one I think I would still pick it up. With that said, it would probably just be one I would want to pick up on like a discount, so I would feel like okay, I'm not paying that full price. Or if this is a gift, I think this would be a perfect gift for somebody.
Yeah.
Now, Buck, as we end things, I have two rapid fire questions for you. Number one, what art prints do you want to see and name a artist? You get one art print and one artist.
Olivier Coipel, and it should be a Spider-Man art print.
Ooh, okay. For me, I will say a shocker, and I want it done by. I was gonna say Marcos, but I'll say Felipe. Felipe for a shocker. All right. Second fire question: which character from Sideshow or partnering company do you want to see them make, like a PF or a maquette? It could be Sideshow, PCS, or a Tweeterhead.
Sorry, could you rephrase that?
Yeah, I know it didn't come out right, right? So, which character from Sideshow or their partnering companies do you want to see made and name a artist specifically? Like, for example, Daniel
To
Bell, Silver
sculpt.
Surfer.
Okay,
Right,
so what character do I want to see Sideshow sculpt?
right.
Okay.
But you got to name the artist who's going to do it, though. You only get one character. And if you want to cheat, you could use PCS and Tweeterhead as well, since they partner with Sideshow.
I want to see a Red Sonja by Mark Newman.
Wow. That's a crazy one, because with the female portraits, wow. For me, I would love to see. Damn, this is a tough one. I would honestly love to see Morbius by Daniel Bell.
I think you do a fantastic job, actually.
Yeah.
With Sideshow's direction.
Yeah. I love to see a Morbius, man, with Daniel Bell. Well, this has been episode 1 of Sideshow Collectible Thursdays What's New, featuring myself, Cash the Gemini, and the guest, Buck Fangs. I do appreciate you coming, Buck. Any closing remarks, man?
Sideshow, I need a Vampirella, a Red Sonja, and a She-Hulk stat. You gave me a Spider-Gwen. I'm not in love with her, but, might still buy that. So, yeah, you know what? New Black Cat while we're at it. And quarter scale Mary Jane. In fact, just start producing a whole lot of Spider-Man characters for me, and I'll be singing Sideshow praises like really hard, like for the next.
I'm saying I want a Shocker, I want a Bullseye, I want a Morbius. The list goes on and on of what they can do. Hobgoblin, like all these characters.
They need to do the Sinister Six, man. Like,
yeah, man. Yeah. Well, again, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We are on our way to 900 subscribers. There's a giveaway going on. So click the previous video, and I will put it at the end as well, so you guys can check that out. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Cash out, baby. Put some cash in your life. Put some cash in your